What's next? Like, as you think about your future and how you see yourself, your business, and what kind of legacy you want to leave, what comes soon
Well,
or later?
and I would add to that, in a world that is, I mean, like we are in Corona world, who knows what's happening, knowing it's not 2019 anymore. What's
Right.
next in regards to that? And what would you tell somebody? Okay, we're in a new world. What do we do?
Okay, so let's start with that. So I think there's more black swan events coming. We haven't seen them all yet.
Yep.
And this is the agility decade, if there ever was one. So, in the 80-20 book, I talk about bleeding necks. People spend money when they have a bleeding neck. Well, for entrepreneurs in particular, business owners, a lot, I've heard this a lot. Well, nobody has any money right now. Well, first of all, that's crippling belief.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, it's not true. Third, okay, I totally get that some people have less money than they did before and all that. I get it. But there are more bleeding necks right now than ever, okay? If there was ever a time to look for problems to solve, it's now. Okay? You could get on the phone with anybody and you can say, hey, we got riots, we got racism, we got viruses, we got quarantines, we got curfews. Hey, would you mind just getting on the phone? I want to hear what you're thinking these days.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people that will respond to that, especially if you're there just listen and not like, oh, let me like inject like let me give you a little commercial in the middle of it. If you just listen to people, they will tell you exactly what their bleeding necks are. And you don't have to solve everybody's bleeding neck. You don't have solve any particular person's bleeding neck. All you have to do is listen to them. But if you talk to 20 people, you're going to find something you can solve.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's how all these businesses get started in recessions. They aren't just because somebody had a brilliant idea that looked really great on a piece of paper. It's because somebody knew how to solve a very tangible, patch up a bleeding neck. And that's what you need to be doing. There is no lack of problems in the world. And like all the little cottage industries that have sprung up, I mean, my wife has been, making COVID masks on her sewing machine. It's not even a business. It's just because it needs to be done. But there's all these little cottage industries that have just sprang up around all kinds of crazy things. And then Amanda, you asked about like what's next. Well, one of my big passions is I've been deeply involved in science. It's almost become a second profession for me. I have a technology prize called Evolution 2.0. It's the largest science research prize in the world, $10 million. And I'm continuing to do a lot of that. And I'll just make a blanket statement that I think could apply to everybody because I don't want to get into big science talk. All of the big systems are broken.
Mm-hmm.
The police are broken. Science is broken. Higher education is broken. Government is broken. The financial system is broken. The banking system is broken. And everybody knows it.
Yep.
And this is when elegant solutions to these badly broken systems that nobody had the will to fix. This is when these things get solved. Okay? Nobody had the will. Everybody knew that there was a police problem. Nobody had the will to deal with it until all of this ruckus started happening. And I'm not endorsing looters. And they are that's not what was helping anyway. Okay.
Yep.
But like there's been a bunch of band-aids ripped off. And I whenever that happens, it's a rack the shotgun, as a phrase from the 80-20 book, is you divide the crowd into two groups. There's the people that, well, I don't want to hear about it, I don't want to see it, I don't want to, okay. And then you have the people that like, yeah, it is broken. And you know what? I know a way to fix that. You know, there's some other way to run a police department. There's another way to run a government. There's another way to do peer review. There's another way to do science funding. There's other ways to do all of these things. And they weren't going to happen until something broke. And you're going to see a lot more things breaking. And honestly, like if you just have this starry-eyed belief in the goodness of human beings, God help you. Okay. I think what you can believe in is the ability for a minority of human beings to do a disproportionate amount of good and make a disproportionate difference. But if you're counting on the big institutions, God help you.
Yeah.
Because
I love it. So you're going to do the scientific revolution and we'll do the financial revolution.